Wow, it is hot out here. At least it forces you to take out the trash that way. Damn, it's hot out here. Man. Yeah, I wonder if that's right. This camera's kind of hard to angle sometimes. Oh no. I gotta get a smoke and slightly less Peter here. So, yeah. The deal is, let's see, I fixed Hal yesterday just using damn duct tape, an $8 roll of duct tape those guys have. There's a little auto parts store near here, and they're just, I'm going to quit trying to be friendly with those guys. Every time I go there and I say anything, they're kind of like my mom. I get about 2 words into a sentence and they quit paying attention and then start talking amongst themselves and cut me off, you know. And they're the most, I was going to say something really clever. They're the most, and funny actually. And they're just the most ordinary, boring people you could ever meet who just think I'm some kind of a completely trash loser idiot who's of no interest at all. They put me on their pay no mind list, and they could be right. I don't know. Oh, so I fixed Hal, not properly, but he'll hold for a long time. I was using black tape that would come off, and taking him apart is a good 4-hour in and out deal. I can see that now. I mean, you got to completely disassemble this laptop to get at the DC power supply jack. It's insane. I mean, take out the RAM, the hard disk, the logic boards, detach the monitor. I'm like, yes, I can do all that. Will I? Probably not. Probably not ever. I will take a torch and cut a hole in the back of that plastic board and solder the wires to the board before I'll go through all that. That's ridiculous. Wire it direct. That reminded me of Wire It Direct. My buddy of mine, when I was in school, another electronic engineering, he'd also been into heating and refrigeration on air conditioners. That's what went out, or didn't go out, but got damp, is a relay on my air conditioner. So it was kind of a combination deal. It didn't if the air conditioner isn't drawing enough air, they designed this way, which is totally stupid. If it's not drawing enough air, it draws enough air through, and it has to draw air because air conditioning works on differences in temperatures. You can press some gas in a closed coil system and draw air through it with a fan, and that creates the cooling, but then there's condensation as a byproduct. But they designed this thing where I tried to seal all around it at first, stupidly, and then I looked into it deeper and I read on the internet, it's like you're never supposed to seal around them. They have to breathe because then it would condense anyway. It had quit working, so when the rain built up, it didn't have enough strength to draw air through the it's supposed to blow the fan and draw air and blow the water out. It didn't have enough power, so water was pouring in. But here's this mower on. But what happened? So anyway, it started working again last night. Although what I'm going to do is, I was thinking about just taking that air conditioner out. It's like, man, this could have ruined Hal, and he's worth more, or not Hal, but Betty, and she's worth more than the whole damn RV, you know. There's a hole up in the ceiling where the air conditioner is, and it's going out anyway. I mean, it's been running night and day now for a couple years. It's a Coleman, boy, it's a trooper, but poorly designed as far as stuff. So anyway, it was dripping all over me. Gallons of water on all my stuff. And it was so hot yesterday, I finally got exhausted and passed out at 100 degrees and woke up in a pool of sweat. It reminded me how the weather keeps you in touch with like reality and stuff and the passing of days instead of hiding out in air conditioning. But it also reminded me what a drag to be stuck in this heat relentlessly. And so what did I do? Anyway, it started working last night, and even when it was raining again in the night, it blew all that water off the roof and out of the ducts and stuff, so that's cool. But I'm going to replace that. They make a material called Lexon. It's basically as transparent as glass and stronger than glass. I think it's DuPont, because I had a manufacturing deal with them at one time for one of my other businesses. But it's that hole on the roof. I was going to drill gun plywood. I was like in a storm, an emergency. I thought, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm going to drill gun take that air conditioner out in this heavy rain, which is 30 amps, by the way, so be careful. Jacking with that line. I didn't notice that goddamn drill gun was on or whatever over there. But I'm going to take a piece of transparent Lexon. It's 8 times stronger than glass and as strong as steel. It's the stuff they use to make bulletproof windows out of in banks. You can get it at hardware stores. I'm going to cut a piece of that and then epoxy that down over that hole on the roof, and so that way I don't have to do anything eventually, and probably pretty soon, because that one thing that holds me up, I can only do vocals like a couple hours a day in the middle of the night because it's so hot and the sound in there. But I'm thinking about putting one right in this damn window, believe it or not, and then taking another piece of Lexon and sealing it in between the two seamlessly, and then I could just shove it in. But that would be silent and more efficient instead of having shit dripping all over me and occasionally. It's the first time I ever did that. There was this I'm thinking this is a cardioid mic. We'll see. That guy running that noise over there and this may not be able to hear me. That one mic I have, it's amazing that the whole room can be just slamming with it. Accidentally leave the monitors on while you're cutting vocals or the air conditioning and monitors, and you can't even hear yourself yell into the mic. But when you turn it off and listen, it picked up every word you were saying, even at this level with other stuff going on, you know, screaming loud. Oh, that would be great. Are you ready?
You want to go now?
I think so.
Okay. I'll take you down there. Don't hurry. I started to come by earlier. go wash my hands.
Well, do you want to come back this afternoon?
You want to? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's better.
That's better for you? Okay, we'll go about probably 5:30, 6:30, something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Since I came in closer to my mom, who I don't really even know, and she definitely doesn't know me, she'll come by and instead of having that chick in the mountains take me to the grocery once a month, she'll take me. Where was I? But it's unreliable as hell. Mom's always been unreliable. I can be out of food and literally not a thing to eat, and I'll say, man, I really need to go to the store. There's no fooling, Mom. And she's like, okay, I'll be there tomorrow. And it may be 5 days later, might be tomorrow, might be a month later. You never can say with her, you know. That's just one of her things. She's always been rather responsible. You know me, if I always do what I'm going to say when I say, or what I say I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it. That's just part of being a grown-up. And one time I ran out, she didn't show up for like 7, 8, 9 days. I called her a couple of times, no response. She's on her own thing, you know. She's been real cool with me, considering she don't really know me. But I can't count on her. That's just a given. You wouldn't want to have her run explosives or firearms, you know. I'd be like with guys. I'd let them know I'm only going to say this once. Don't ever, ever, ever handle this dangerous thing in this way. Don't ever handle a weapon in this way. It's just, I know, and they, you know, they learn to listen to me. Yeah, she said 6. I doubt she shows up today. I think she was like 3 days late there. But I got a few little things. I got a half a can of soup and some stuff. I don't eat much. Oh, I was laughing. This one girl, seems like a real meek girl. She kind of keeps in a little touch and sends me a few little, likes my music, follows my vlog a little, I think, sends me a few little notes. She's Italian, so she doesn't really speak English, I guess, she said somewhere. And how would I say that in Italian, Romance languages? Spanish would be like, ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, amiga? Lo siento, yo no hablo en español, pero yo comprendo mucho. Yo quiero hablar con tú, pero no, yo no gusta escribir ahora. Es, ¿cómo se dice? Fuerte, difícil para mí. Yo tengo dolor aquí. Todo está bien. Don't worry. I think her English is probably getting better after dealing with me. Yeah, she, I saw she had favorited Megadeth of all things, you know. And I'm real good friends with Chris Poland. He's a guitar player, one of the founders of Megadeth, and me and Chris were real good friends for a long time. And that reminds me, I'm going to tag one of these files with his name because I can't seem to get in touch with him. I just want to touch base. But we were real close for a few months and then off and on for a couple years. In fact, when I moved out of downtown Rehearsal, where there's 500 bands that practice in this sort of big old building, I thought, well, it's downtown Los Angeles and in the slums kind of, and I thought, well, that'll be a good move to get around bands and get out of the Hollywood environment I was in. No, bands don't have any money. Record companies and film production companies have money. So I might have been lucky to make, $3,000-$5,000 a month down there, if that, And but when I moved out, I was real strung out and real. Chris didn't know it because he's been clean and sober a long time. I think he guessed, but I was real weak and had been laying in a isolation vocal booth for a couple years, really, just getting up to deal with what few clients I had and getting back down. And he sent his brother Mark Poland up when I moved to help me for free. In fact, I guess they organized it on, behind my back or something, but a real nice guy. Chris Poland. He was in Megadeth, one of the founders of, he's been in every band, one of the founders of Metallica, one of the founders of Megadeth, one of the founders, one of those heavy-duty rap bands. I think they did the Matrix theme or something, I don't know. Real cool guy. Every morning when I lived down there, man, I'd hear this guy just, he plays guitar, I play guitar, and I'm a very good player. Chris is on other level type shit, I'd wake up and I'd hear somebody start playing guitar at 10 a.m. every morning, like 4 floors down, shaking the whole building, but good, he was one of these guys like Malmsteen and Eric Johnson, and combined but tasteful with a metal edge. And he'd practice every day, and there's hundreds of guitar players around there, but he's the guy. So it's just incredible. He plays in a band called Ezone now. I haven't seen him since that was 99, 2001, and I got better, restarted my studio, more successful than ever. Then I got real sick again. But she reminded me of Chris Poland. She had favorited Megadeth. I even told Chris, I go, man, I got into AC/DC and Zeppelin and Floyd and Ozzy, but I never got into your shit, that. And he wasn't into it anymore either. And he's like, I go, well, tell me, what is all that death metal shit about? And he goes, what'd he say? He said something like, we were driving to look at a mixer, and I asked him that, and we'd become pretty good friends, real good friends, And I did several albums for him, mastered them, And he goes to tell you the truth, I don't know, we just wanted to have a real good and heavy band. They didn't even know what it was all about, just they wanted to make it heavier than anybody else. But then when I was leaving out, there was this girl down there. She was a crackhead and meth head and really pretty, and she would go in her room, in her jam room, and I'd hear that same sample for months, over and over, looping it, trying to make it work in a rhythm. And I've been there, it just didn't work for her ever. But everybody knew her. I think her name was Magda. And Chris was helping me move out, and then he had to go at like dark, and his brother took over. And he paid his own brother to help me, I guess they knew I was bad off. Physically, I couldn't really do much, And I didn't say anything. I was strung out and drunk, too. And anyway, that girl Magda, we were at the loading dock loading my shit up, and I'd never met her. And man, she's like a goddess down there. Everybody knows her. Everybody wants her, but, nobody gets her. And I go like... Finally, when I was leaving, I thought, well, hey, I'll at least introduce myself. She kind of brushed by us loading the truck, and I go, hey, Magda, my name's Eric. And she goes, she's always smoking and real rough but gorgeous, and she goes like, I know who you are. I know who he is, too. Y'all are both famous. I'm not. Fuck you. And I thought, no, I'm not at all famous. Chris kind of was, but... Y'all are both famous, fuck you. I know who you are. She's probably dead by now. Well, it's too damn hot out here, but everything's working right. I'm gonna replace the air conditioner. Hal is working good. Betty is working. Had a disc crash this morning. Spent all night doing something incredible. Every time on my own music, when I do something incredible, there's a crash or a problem or something. And but with other people, never. It's like I'm renowned for like making stuff work. But when it's my music, not once, not twice, every single time I get something that's incredible going. I had something last night. I'm not even going to say the song because I'm redoing it, but a disc crashed from OWC. Don't use OWC. I'm responsible for literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of business for OWC computers, Other World Computing, Macintosh, third-party dealers. It's garbage. Was pretty respectable, but I've done probably at least $500,000 worth of business with them, and I had a problem with this one. This is one of them, several hard disks, and I just said I knew they were garbage after about a while. I'd had them, I sent them back, and they're like, oh, we can't possibly take these back, and this, that, and fuck you, and how dare you send them back. And I was like, well, you fucking assholes. I've had nothing but problems with them in the last few years. I don't use them anymore. They used to be the best. Now they're the worst, biggest assholes too. OWC. So anymore, I'll just go to their site so I don't have to do extensive research, see what they're using that's compatible with a Mac that shouldn't be, and then find it somewhere where it's in bulk and raw and not put together all the way or something, and order it like that. Just fuck them. Because that pissed me off, man. After literally hundreds of thousands of dollars I spent with them, they treated me like I was... It's like Goodfellas. He treated me like I was ever nothing to you, like a schmuck. Go get your fucking shine box. They pretty much just said, go get your fucking shine box, And I was like, you motherfuckers. And the stuff was flawed. It was defective. So there's Eric's present a log. Oh man, I'm sweating. I got a lot of stuff to do. At least the air conditioning is working and good.